Hello everyone and welcome to the Redmen TV. I'm Steve Ho, joined by Errol Smith over at the board. We've got the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Dan Club as well. Here we are for the Uncensored match build-up. It is Liverpool versus Union Saint-Gilloise. I'm going to go with that one. Scouse, French, /Belgian, /Flemish, /whatever it is. That's what I'm going with. I've decided to stick with that. If it's wrong, it's wrong, but I'm going to go with it.
No, it's good.
Josh came in the other day and he was just calling them Union SG.
Union SG, yeah.
Because he didn't want to do the Gilloise, but I'm going to absolutely go with it. We're expecting Liverpool's team to be announced in the next few minutes, fingers crossed, hopefully, and all that kind of stuff as well. As soon as it does, we'll bring you some reaction. Errol, it's after a week of drama.
Mad.
Like absolute craziness, Jurgen Klopp. Not throwing, remember when we said, rather than throwing the cat among the pigeons, it was the cats among the pigeon. Yeah, that's what Jurgen's done. It's nice, hopefully, just get back to watching the Reds playing some footy now. And that'll be what it bees.
Yeah, it'll be what it'll be at this point. And do you know what, for me, I think it's gonna backfire on everyone else in the league in a multitude of different ways. And I know this show isn't really about unpacking what happened on the weekend, but just as we're touching on it, I think it is going to backfire on a number of teams. And not only that, I think it's going to spark. Last year we was desperate for something to really, amongst the camp, something to unify behind. Like, we've got a common goal, everyone's on the same side, and we kept saying, oh, now we're not in the league title race, it's got to be the Champions League, and we never really looked like we was up for it. This, to me, feels like that siege mentality is now amongst this group of lads, and they probably think, you know what, they want to write us off, they want to kick us down anyway, let's just say fuck them all and let's just absolutely steamroll teams from here on out. So there's no excuse. No officiating can stop us from beating a team 5-1 or 5-0. Like, it can't happen. If we just put teams to the sword every single game until they sort out their shit, we'll be fine. And I think we're going to start to see in terms of mentality, people say, the mentality wants to back. I think we're going to see a very angry, pissed off version of this Liverpool side at the minute, and I'm kind of excited about that prospect.
Absolutely. Dan, I'll come over to the ball for you, mate. I'll say we're waiting for the team news. As and when it comes, we'll bring it to you. We do know Keith Keller's injured. So you've got Alisson. There's been talk, Alisson and Pitaluga. What does Jurgen do? What I mean, it would be a big call to play a kid in his debut in Europe. Do you think he will just go to Alisson?
That's ultimately what it boils down to for me. I think in an ideal world it wouldn't be Alisson. In an ideal world it would be Kelleher. And I think Klopp would actually be tempted to go with one of Pitaluga or Jaros. I think Pitaluga, in terms of pecking order, is probably ahead of Jaros, so he'd probably be the one to step in. But as you say, it's a big old night for him. I think we've seen some clips of him in training recently pulling off some really high quality saves, so he's clearly developing rapidly. Spent a little bit of time last season out on loan at Macclesfield, so he got some first team football under his belt in terms of senior stuff, but there's levels and that's quite a long way below it, so it feels like too big a night to throw him in, especially this early in the group stage. If Liverpool had the group wrapped up and this was our last home game, who knows, he might well have gone with Pitaluga, but I think for safety's sake, you don't want to do him any harm either. If you throw Pitaluga in there and we do concede 2-3 and he's maybe culpable for one of them, you kind of knock him back a few steps. So Alisson feels like it will be him, and he's definitely the safer bet.
Yeah, we'll see how it pans out in a minute. Of course, we'll wait and see. It's a shame for Kelleher. Apparently, it was a training ground injury. Got a cut on his knee. He would have played in this one.
Not too serious, then he's...
No.
Ooh, the team is out.
There you go. I was about to say, by the way, spoiler alert, it definitely is Alisson. Bring it up on the screen for you in a second, and Dan will go through it. But yeah, it is a shame for Keevan, isn't it? Because these are the games that he's not going to get much else, and he's obviously missed out on the Ireland squad as well now in times with it. Dan, I will read it out because you've got a massive sub bench to get to, so as you scramble around, I will bring the team up on the screen here along with the bench. So yeah, here we go then. Liverpool's 11 to face Union Saint-Gilloise. Alisson in goal. You've got Trent Alexander-Arnold, captain at right back there. Ibu Konate, Gerald Kwanzaa and Kostas Tsimikas. A midfield three of Endo, Gravenberch and Elliott. So no Curtis Jones despite his suspension, which is interesting. He's on the bench. And then up front, Mo Salah starts. That's a massive shock for me. The shock of all shocks. Jota, Salah, Nunez, Jurgen Klopp not messing about then. It was interesting, as I read for the bench, I'll bring it up in a minute, but Jay Pearson said this on the other show the other day when we done the preview show. Does Jurgen just go and get the job done? Get the job done earlier, maybe get these lads off. That's what it looks like he's doing with that front three, which is an excellent front three. A long subs bench then.
Yeah.
You've got Jaros. There's no Curtis Jones on the bench. Yeah, there is. Apologies, there is.
Yeah, there is.
Jaros. Morez, is he the other goalie?
Morezek. Yeah. He's the other keeper, the Polish keeper.
Tom, you made 2 cards.
I've got
He's upstairs.
And we've got what's his name?
It's Fabian Mozek.
Is he the one that I fucked?
He's the one, yeah. It's Fabian
We didn't know he was going to spoil it. We didn't know he was going to be on the team, so we asked producer John to get as many goalie cards as he could. He got Yaros, he got Pitaluga, Alisson, Karius. We've got an Adrian, and we did have this kid, but he's upstairs. And I'll carry on reading through the rest as it goes through.
Missing?
Got Joe Gomez. Go on, I'll read through.
Go on.
Gomez.
Yeah.
Virgil.
Yeah.
Diaz.
Yeah.
Soboslai.
Yeah.
McAllister.
Yeah.
Jones.
Oh, I'll tell you who it is. Bobby Clark.
Robertson, Matip,
yeah.
Chambers, Doak.
Yeah, all good. Yeah.
And we do have this keeper on
As soon as
its
I've got
way
Fabian
in.
Mozek, we're laughing.
Getting used as a spinning plate.
He's being used as a prop upstairs. There we go. Get him on the board, and producer Tom will bring him up on the screen much later on. But there we go. Then that is a strong team. Dan, do you want to talk us through it along with that subs bench?
Yeah, that is a strong team. This is the one. I did not expect Mohamed Salah to be starting this game of footy tonight. Alisson in goal, Trent captaining from right back, as you mentioned, Ibu Konate alongside Jarell Quansah, Kostas Tsimikas, no surprises there. Endo, of course, Harvey Elliott. Ryan Gravenberch, which was quite interesting because obviously we know Curtis Jones is missing at the weekend. It felt like he might be kept behind for that, but clearly needs the minutes. Diogo Jota, Darwin Núñez and Mohamed Salah in a very, very strong front three. And then on the bench, Yaros, Mozek, Louis Diaz, Ben Doak, Dominic Szoboszlai, Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk, Joe Gomez, Alexis McAllister with his brother in the opponent's team, of course, Andy Robertson, Curtis Jones and Luke Chambers. That's a big old bench. There's loads of them.
You do getting a lot of subs. Going back to it then, mate, we've got a couple of comments here. We got a comment from Easy Ollie who says, I think Union are much better than last score to lose. Yeah, going to showing them some respect. We saw the other day, again, I mentioned briefly before, Jay Pearson came in, a friend of the show, of course, on the bill, and he said, I wonder if Klopp goes strong and goes, get this game won as quick as you can and use your 5 subs to get these lads off. But I would have been surprised if Mo Salah started any Europa League group game, but he's in from the beginning.
Do you know what? To me, it just puts to bed the whole speculation that Jurgen Klopp doesn't take the Europa League seriously, or he's not interested in winning the competition this year for me, because I've heard it mumbled across predominantly rival fans saying, and I've said I wouldn't have, same as you mates, I wouldn't have put Salah in until we get out of the group stages and you're looking at the last round of whatever it is, and then there's quarters and all the rest of it. Then that's when you want your heavy hitters to come in and start being a feature, getting a feel for the tournament, and actually getting that appetite to say, actually, yeah, I want to win this now. Now it's knockout footy, there's something on the line, let me get involved. But Klopp's done a whole 360, he's flipped the script on all of us, and he's shown his hand early to basically say, this is a priority for us this season. This is going to be a competition that if we take seriously, we could have some special moments in it, and I want as many of my key players involved from as early as possible, albeit I don't see him putting Alisson in at all. But circumstances mean that Alisson's going to get a couple of minutes or 90 minutes under his belt in the competition as well. So all in all, I see it as a very positive sign from Jurgen Klopp, and he's shown a strong hand to say, this Liverpool team are here and we're not going anywhere, and the players that we're going to play out, they're there to do a job, and that's absolutely dismantled this team that we're playing today. Yeah,
got a comment here from Ginger as well. He says it could be Klopp saying to Gravenberch and Elliott, go and show me who takes Curtis Jones' spot. It's look at that. If you look at that team there, Dan, effectively, if you are looking ahead a bit to Brighton, McAllister plays, Szoboszlai plays. It could be a shootout between Elliott and Gravenberch to say who wants Curtis's place in that team, and they both got a really good opportunity to do it.
No, absolutely they have, and I think it will also boil down to that. I don't see Endo coming in. I think it will be one of those two. So it's a fascinating watch. I think we all kind of had Gravenberch ahead in that particular pecking order, but this lad here, Harvey Elliott, every time he's been coming into a game so far this season, he's been showing his worth. He's been absolutely brilliant for me, and he's been knocking on the manager's door, I imagine, saying, give me a start, and that's really hard because the competition for places in the midfield has gone up quite a few notches since last season. So it's difficult, but I don't know, but I still think my sort of overriding feeling on this is it is Gravenberch for the weekend, and this here is more a fact that if Harvey Elliott will play a lot of Europa League footy, a lot of domestic cup footy, and he'll get bits and pieces in the Premier League, whereas Gravenberch still needs minutes because he hasn't played proper footy on a consistent basis for over 12 months now because Bayern Munich spell was so disastrous. So I just think we've seen a little bit, he went down with cramp in Austria in the last game, so maybe it feels like he needs 60 minutes tonight to be able to do 70, 80, 90 on the weekend. That's my opinion anyway. I
suppose as well. One thing you have knows, I had Scott on from the Belgian football podcast on Redmen Plus the other day, by the way, excellent. He was really, really knowledgeable at Union, and he says they're the best team in Belgium at the minute, the top of the league. They're in a really good spell. They had a lot of change in the summer. They changed the manager. They brought new players in and out, but they're flying and they're going to come and have a go at Liverpool. He said he doesn't expect them to park the bus. He expects them to go front foot. It's a once in a lifetime game for them at Anfield. Go and fill your boots, and it feels like Jürgen is giving them ample respect to say, you know what. Like, with all due respect to Ben Doak, I don't think it would have been disrespectful to Union to play Doak, but he's gone, no. Like, we're putting Mo Salah in. That is the ultimate sign of respect to this opposition, really.
100%, and we've seen it before as well, like early parts on, especially in pre-season, where, you know, Salah would get minutes, and then Ben Doak would come on. You'd see Ben Doak coming off the bench, and when he comes on, and you've ran your full-back into the ground for a good 60, 70 minutes, and then you've got this young lad who's going to be very direct. He's always going to want to isolate a man 1v1 and beat him to the byline. That's a perfect setup for Ben Doak. I think we was discussing last week when it was the League Cup, and he just felt a little bit like he was probably not necessarily a naive performance from him, but it was just probably a bit of a stretch for him in that setup with the way that Leicester had kind of approached things. Early part of the game, we was getting the ball out to him quite often, and then he just started to have less and less impact as the game went on. So maybe Jürgen's kind of taken a few notes from that and said, well, let's kind of squeeze in that good 20 minutes performance that we got out of here, but let's just try and execute it at the back end of the game when the game's pretty much sewn up, they've got tired legs, and then we can take off our big hitters because the job's been done.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what it offers you there, Dan, doesn't it, really? Because the bench has got everyone on it. Like, these Europa League benches are insane. Your all bases covered, really, in that if it goes well, you've got enough young lads to come on who can go, you know what, we can rest the big guns if it's 4-0 or whatever. If you're struggling like we were in Lask, there's a lot of good players on the bench. You've got Diaz, you've got Szoboszlai, you've got McAllister, you've got Curtis, you've got like it's almost like having a bob each way. Ideally Liverpool would want Doak and Chambers,
and Curtis as well,
maybe Curtis, exactly. But he can go either way with this, which is what that bench can do for.
Can I throw a spanner in the works just as we pass it to you, Dan? Now that he's went with a strong team, is this a banana skin?
No. I don't think it remains a banana. No, not at all. Not with that bench. It's a banana skin, full stop, really, because every single game in the group stage of Europa League, Liverpool are going to go in as heavy favourites, particularly at Anfield. There's no two ways about that. So they've all, and because of what it means to the opponents as well, this is like absolutely no disrespect to them. You're right, they're the top of the Belgian league right now, so they deserve respect and they will command that. And any complacency from Liverpool will get caught out tonight, make no two ways about it. But if Liverpool professionally do their job, we should go about our business and execute these teams and execute these games really, really well. So yeah, they're all banana skins, of course they are, because we are the heavy favourites. But for me, the starting of Salah is a fascinating one. I agree with your point, Errol, on Ben Doak about he did fade out with that League Cup game, and he is better at the minute. He's still 17, he's still so raw. We need to remember that. And I think Jurgen Klopp is really good at protecting youngsters as well. He did it with Harvey Elliott a lot, takes him out of the limelight a little bit and doesn't just keep going with him. And that might have played into his thinking too with Salah starting. I mean, he probably wants to get the job done, but he probably also looks at Ben Doak and he's a kid and he's already started a few games this season. He's going, I can't just keep going with you. I do need to pull you back, and then we'll go again at some point further down the line. But yeah, on the point, I think ideally tonight we get this nice job done early, 2-3-0, 60, 70 minute mark, and then we do see the likes of Doak, Chambers, Curtis Jones, because why not? I think the likes of McAllister, Szoboszlai, even Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk, Diaz should be having a night off tonight.
Yeah, makes sense. We'll see how it all pans out. We've had a super chat in from Alex, who sent us a Szoboszlai song to the tune of R. Kelly's I Believe.
Oh, wow.
I'm not singing that.
It's
a super chat. I think you're legally obliged to sing that.
There's a contract somewhere on YouTube.
Honestly, there's not. Good effort, Alex, but no. I'm not singing R. Kelly.
No R. Kelly.
There's a lot of reasons why I'm not singing R. Kelly as well. But
that's mad that you say that. I was driving up here before, and I was thinking to myself, remember R. Kelly and Usher had the song Same Girl?
Yeah.
And then in my head I was thinking, there's more questions to that now. Like, if Usher and R. Kelly were with the same girl, is Usher now need to be thrown under the bus as well? But that's a
different girl.
Yeah.
Let's not. I mean, there's no right answer to that.
There's no time or a place for that.
And then Torres said, I can't wait to see Thiago kick a ball again. Yeah, we're still waiting for Thiago. No sign of him on the bench as well. Let's talk Curtis Jones, if you don't mind. I'm very, very shocked that he isn't in this team. Given that he's the only player on that of those midfielders, obviously Jota's included in this as well, he can't play against Brighton. I just presumed it was an absolute shoo-in that Curtis would play this game because he can't play against Brighton. It feels like, going back to it, Jurgen's gone, actually, one of Endo, Gravenberch and Elliott is going to play against Brighton. It could be Endo because he could always move McAllister further forward. Yeah. It's almost like he's gone, well, I'm going to let all three of you play, and whoever's best or whoever looks the best, you all need the minute. I'm going to need one of you. It could be that, but I'm very surprised Curtis isn't playing.
I am, but I like Dan's point before where he kind of said that, you know, it's potentially the Gravenberch or the Elliott now, so getting those minutes in Gravenberch's legs as well might be the safe bet because you're going to have to use him again. There's no real, apart from being able to say, oh, those lads are going to be rested, but Elliott needs minutes. He's been playing a bit part. Endo still needs minutes, understanding the functionality, the role, everything in the system. Gravenberch needs minutes, so there's no added value to playing Curtis in this particular game because he's not going to be going again. Whereas we're almost expecting one of those three lads to be required to go again.
My thinking was just the rest. But you are right. They're not lads who have played tons of minutes.
On that, could you have gone Curtis there and not Nunes? Because we know Nunes will probably play at the weekend.
But
that's where he used to play.
Unfortunately, because Jota got himself sent off, although apparently since come out that the FA or the Premier League don't think it was a yellow card, but we can't appeal it because the system's
I'm just thinking Nunes, that knee strap and stuff he was wearing,
it might just be that he hasn't played any minutes. They want to get some minutes. I'd be shocked if Darwin played 90 minutes, but and it might be Jones who comes on, you are right, but I just presume Jota and Jones were the first two names on the team sheet.
The Prem well and truly shafted us, didn't they, on the weekend?
I'm not seeing you just realised now.
They well and truly shafted us. So Curtis wasn't a yellow. It shouldn't have, mate.
So Curtis... and they lost the appeal. Jota got sent off for 2 yellows that they've admitted weren't yellows. Didn't score a goal because the ref didn't.
The Gomez penalty.
And then Jota's, we couldn't appeal. Whose was it?
Curtis, we did appeal Curtis and lost. We can't appeal Jota's because it was 2 yellows.
And then did we get fined as well, a bag of dough?
Yeah.
If I speak,
the Reds got well and truly
shafted, man.
Cheeks open.
Yeah. People pay good dough.
Absolute. It makes me angry even think about it. Beth says, could Curtis have got a knock in training? I haven't heard nothing, Beth. I'm going to go with what Errol says. That makes more sense now, in that the lads who are going to play against Brighton, one of those starters probably needs the minutes. It'd be interesting. Maybe whoever gets subbed off first, it's heads up that he's going into the game against the Brighton weekend. Interesting as well, Dan, if you come back to you, mate. Ibu Konate starts at centre-back alongside Trent Alexander-Arnold, a very, very strong right-hand side of Liverpool's defence. It feels at the moment that Ibu's the midweek player and Joel Matip's the weekend player, and that is not what we expected at the start of the season.
What did I say to you the other day?
Yeah, do you know what? You took the words out of my mouth there, though, because he is the midweek guy at the minute, and I can't get my head around that. Like, I just can't even. I know, but you're right. You are spot on, Errol. But I can't work it out. I'm not. Joel Matip's been good, and he was really good on the weekend. They gutted what happened to him in the end. Didn't deserve that.
Obvious.
Yeah. Apart from that boss finish, top left-hand corner, pick that out.
Alisson couldn't save that.
No. You could have had all 3 of our keepers in there. You're not saving.
You could have had, Yaros, Adrian in.
Like I had before, 3 of them.
What's my mate's called? What's his name?
Mose.
Yeah, him. Get him in. 17 of them. John Afterberg.
But Matip was boss and has been good all season when he's been called upon. But this is Ibu Konate. Like, he's the man, especially when Trent's in the side. He is the man, the only man fit enough, strong enough, quick enough to do that when Trent goes into there, to do that work for me still. So I'm fascinated and quite confused as to why Konate is the midweek guy and the cup guy and Matip is the Premier League guy at the minute. I mean...
Do you think it's less physicality in mid? Do you think you're getting away with a little bit more on your body in the midweek than you do on the weekend?
Well, you are, because of the standard of opposition so far, with all due respect to Lask, Leicester and Union tonight.
Maybe he needs that, though. Maybe his body at this moment needs that level as opposed to Prem physicality where he's going to break down every other game or every 3 games.
And possibly the injury he's had recently sort of thrown into the mix there, and he's still getting back to full fitness. Who knows, maybe he's not 100%. That's why, as you say, he just needs a lesser demanding game. I think Trent's inclusion tonight is definitely on the back of his injury. I don't think we'd have seen him otherwise. But yeah, it's a really interesting one, the centre-back one at the moment. And I had Gomez in there early on. I thought he'd get a nod because Trent's back and he'd move back into centre-half. But Ibu's the guy for the cup, it seems.
Got a message here from Positivity John who says, I think Ibu plays when Trent plays. And so when it's Matip and Gomez or Ibu, that might be it, you know, because if Trent's going to wander,
that makes sense for that.
That's what I'm saying. If Trent's going to go extra wanderer, then it makes sense. Then Ibu plays. So basically, they're a partnership, and Matip and Gomez are a partnership. There's actually some logic to that. I don't know if that's the case, but it's one way of thinking. Right, guys, listen, bear with me because I'm going to bring you a quick advert before we get into the second half of the show. I am very much aware it's October. I am very much aware, but yes, we do have.
You're not in the Christmas spirit already.
I am all over it, but no, seriously, our newest Christmas jumper is now available for pre-order. What we're doing, just to let you guys know, pre-orders because they take a while to get made, and also international shipping around this time of year can be a little bit hit and miss. So we're going to give everyone the chance to get a pre-order in. So if you want to check what rather what it looks like, have a little look at this. Welcome back. Yeah, listen, there's a couple of people in the comments saying Christmas too early, etc, etc, etc. Listen, fully much we are very aware, but like I say, they are knitted jumpers. There's a little time to make them, and also international shipping. If you want to see what it looks like in the flesh, Dan Club's got one. Well, I say in the flesh. It's on the same screen as you're watching anyway.
It's real.
It's real. There you go. Yeah. There you go. So if you want to get your hand, show us the back.
Yeah, work of art is what it is.
That was my idea.
Yeah.
Have a good one.
Was it, yeah? Inspired by the Premier League title winning kit.
Premier League title
Alisson Becker's top, obviously. Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to get yourselves one, redmenmerch.com is the place to go for one of those. Get your pre-orders in now. We'll start shipping them on the 16th of October, but they can take a couple of weeks, which again is why we're asking you to get those orders in nice and early. It'll be with you for November, when everyone's Christmas party time starts. So yeah, get yourselves involved.
Ginge 96 says, I'm working in retail and I'm already bored of Christmas.
Yeah, man.
I had Christmas stocking since the start of July. Told you get it in
early doors, man. Early doors. Yeah, we're just helping you. Get boxed off. Right then, Errol, quick one before we start shooting, mate. It's a very strong Liverpool team. It's a very strong Liverpool team. Has that changed your mind on how you think this game was going to go compared to what you felt like half an hour ago?
No, it's more nailed on now for me. This Liverpool team, of course, they can lose any game of football, but today there's no excuses for them to. I think they've got more than enough incentive. There's enough players on there with the experience, the know-how, and actually the ability. We've got quality all over that pitch, right from the striker right through to the keeper. So for me, there's no excuse for us to not win this by a comfortable margin. And I'm going to keep a clean sheet, and I'm going to say that we win 3-0.
What do you reckon, Dan? Can I push you for a score prediction? You guys in the chat, by the way, let us know yours. I'll read a few of yours out as well.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Like I said earlier, really, any Liverpool team, I believe, should be strong enough to win almost every game at the group stage of this. They're certainly at Anfield, I think, whether it be Ben Doak or Salah, regardless, that bench is absolutely packed. So I'm under no illusions. There should be a comfortable Liverpool win. And I wanted to say 3-0, but you've said that, so I will say, I'm going to go 4-0 instead. Let's have it.
Fair enough, yeah. Owen's gone for a 3-1. Megan, he's gone for a 4-1. So is Freedom. A lot of 4-1s in the chat. What did I say the other day? Can you have any ideas? You were on the show with me.
I was, yeah. I don't know what score you said though, mate. No, I'm not sure. Well, do you want to back it up with that again, do you? Yeah.
Yeah, but I can't remember what it was, so I'm going to change. I might have to. If I said this already, Soz, 5-1.
Woo! We in the goals.
I think Salah's
having a field day.
But listen, I might be being very disrespectful to Union, by the way, but they had a very good team. Let's a couple more very quickly before we get on. Alex has gone for a 2-0. Tom's gone for a 7-0. Who else have we got in there? Sam 5-0. Quad Bod's gone for a 2-0. So everyone's in good moods for the Reds. Meg Andy says if Newcastle can beat PSG 4-1. There, listen, 14-5. That'd be a very good, interesting game, Patrick. I mean, we'd probably make a t-shirt about that. I guarantee you now, this is a promise. If the Reds score 14, I promise you we'll make some merch for it, yeah. Axel reckons a Nunes hat-trick as well. Right then, we'll start wrapping up there. Just let you guys know what we're doing here tonight. Of course, we'll be back at 1:45. So what's that? About 40 minutes time, just under, for the watch along. So do come along and join us for that. After the game, I will be live with the post-match fan interactive show. If you're one of our Redmen legends or you are one of our YouTube members, you can get involved in that show as well. And then I'll be over at the board for the player ranking show. Meanwhile, over on redmenplus.com, you'll have Dan, you'll have Errol, and you'll have Jamie with the instant match reaction and the player rating show. So yeah, thanks very much for watching this one. Thanks for tuning in. Give us a like on the way out. Make sure you subscribe and all that good stuff. And we'll see you in about 40 minutes in a minute.
Thank you so very, very much for checking out the video. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. The season is now well underway. If you need extra Redmen content, be it podcast, videos, documentaries, interviews, and general shows, fill your boots on redmenplus.com today.